Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to JHouze Radio, episode 83. We're back from our little hiatus. Got to take a break once in a while, but we're here. Los, my co-host, how you doing? What's up, man?
Good. I'm good for the most part. You know, life is throws a lot of curveballs, but you know, I'm good. I can't complain really.
Hey, man, you just gotta get that baseball mitten ready. That's all. You know what I mean?
You kidding me? Fuck that. I'm getting a net. Can't miss.
And I'm in the other host of the show as well, KJ. I'm happy to be back. It's been a while. Feel a little rusty, so you guys might have to excuse me if I am rusty. Thank you for everybody who's watching us live on the YouTube side of things and the Twitch side of things. Once again, Papa Adams, I see you in chat. Our audio listeners, don't forget to leave a review for the podcast. Show your support, show your love, and like I said, if you're watching this on the video side, hit that like button and subscribe. Before we jump into everything, I want to give a special shout out to our Patreon users. So if you guys want to support the podcast, you guys can check us out on patreon.com/JHouze Radio. You guys can get special benefits and maybe even some free merch depending on which tier you sign up for, just like Miss Lunar Wolf on patreon.com. Just want to give her a shout out. We're going to have a special Q&A session basically during podcast episodes for our Patreon subscribers. You guys can submit your questions for certain questions or just topics you guys want to add to the show, basically,
or things you want us to review.
That as well. You guys are part of this.
To change your perks based on your level. We just haven't had a chance to sit down and work it out. But yeah, you'll be surprised some of the stuff we're coming up with.
True indeed.
We're both talented artists. We're gonna come up with something good.
True indeed.
Maybe a picture of KJ in one of his sexy shirts.
Yeah, the tank tops and the jean shorts and the boots.
Nah, we should give an autographed KJ as the Joker picture.
Okay. Oh wow, yo, you are infatuated with me dressing up as Joker. I definitely got to do that again. I haven't done that in a while. I think it's been a while since I did Joker.
Yeah. One of our patron members, Kira, said chocolate bunnies.
Chocolate bunnies, lol. I mean, yeah, maybe for a certain tier on Patreon, we can give our patrons a special commemorative edition of a chocolate bunny from JHouze Radio. Yeah. Kara, you get yours free, of course, obviously. Obviously, it's been owed to you for so long. Dark Legion, wow, I haven't seen your troll self in chat in a very long time. Where are the bunnies at KJ? Yeah, so there was supposed to be a in-person podcast episode last week with Los. Like I said, life situations happen. It is what it is in all seriousness, but we're going to try to.
And unfortunately, it wasn't like a fun type of situation, like something serious happens on my side, so the fault's all mine.
No, it's probably on mine too, so we both take the fault. It's fine, it's all good. But either way, we're going to
forgot his sexy shirt. He left it at the laundry. That's what it was.
Hey man, my sexy shirt shrunk in the dryer. I left it in there way too long. That's what it was.
Yeah, I said that once, and it was really that I got fat. But that's just me. I don't know about you.
Oh man, well, since it's been a long time since we been on the air, we're just going to try to catch up on a few things. Los, we're going to do where have you been, or what have you been doing? PWL, what have you been up to, Los? What's new with you?
I finished watching season 3 of Star Trek Picard, and that was an amazing season, unlike one and two.
Okay.
Season 3 was good. I mean, there was a lot of fan service in it, and some of it really was kind of unnecessary.
Okay.
But for the most part, it was really good. It was and what made it really good is they still kept the humor in it. So it was funny, it was serious, they kept you at the edge of your seat. Unlike the other 2 seasons of Star Trek Picard, where I feel like they could have lost 2 or 3 episodes and still have done the story, season 3 was a complete story and was really good. Really the best season of Star Trek in a while.
Wow, that's big.
I watched the Shazam movie, Fury of the Gods, and that was very hit or miss for me.
Okay. How many chocolate bunnies would you give Shazam? I haven't seen it yet.
Uh, I'd have to give it like on a multiple scale thing. Like the story
Okay.
was a 4.
Okay.
The humor was a 3, which was surprising because in the first one the humor was spot on.
I love the humor in the first one. Yeah, it's
The
good.
humor in the first one was spot on. The second one was like it was mostly hit, but there was enough misses in it that you noticed. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh,
Because sometimes you watch a movie, there's like 1 or 2 misses, and you're like, you forget about it
yeah.
until you do a rewatch. But this one, it was literally like there were enough misses in it that you were like, ooh, that's kind of bad. And what I didn't like in the first one, the younger version of Shazam, Billy, and Shazam, they matched like a lot of mannerisms, their tone, the humor. But in
Okay.
this one, it didn't match so much. Like Billy, who was the younger version, seemed more serious than Shazam, the grown up superhero version. So
Okay.
that threw me off a little bit, but it was like Shazam was in 90% of the movie and Billy was in like 10. So
Okay.
I guess I would give it a 3.5.
Three and a half
stream it.
chocolate bunnies. Okay.
Yeah, a stream it, not a go to the theaters.
Now, do you think that based off the way it ended, without giving any spoilers, do you see them making another Shazam movie?
It's iffy. And it's iffy only because we don't know what the next tone, because we're going from the DCEU to the DCU.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the tone for the DCU is. From what I understand, the Flash movie, which is the last remnants of the DCEU, matches the DCU in tone. So so that's the only thing that's known to carry over into the DCU. The gun show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Once I see the Flash, I could definitely say yes or no. But
Okay.
it was definitely tonally different than anything else in the DCEU except the first movie.
Okay.
But everyone gave great performances. I thought the performances were great. I thought the story was good. It was just certain tones of it felt a little too childish when it shouldn't have been, and a little too adult when it shouldn't have been.
Okay.
But overall, again, you'd stream it and you'd stream it happily. Go to a movie theater, you'd be like, that was good, but like you wouldn't hate the fact that you watch it, but you'd be less likely to rewatch it on a stream. But on a stream, you might rewatch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
So it's like one of those movies where you're like, okay, I'll pay the money to maybe rent this, but I don't want to pay the money to watch it in the theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense. That makes
And
sense.
it's definitely not a date movie.
It's definitely not a date movie. Oh
Definitely not
gosh
a date
darn.
movie.
Goodness gracious. I was looking for this to be a date movie for me. Honestly, no, I was looking forward to seeing this. I still might see it. It's actually a lot of movies coming out in theater. I was just talking, to my girl about this. It's a lot of movies coming out in theater right now. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything. I'm actually thinking about getting that A-list subscription from AMC, where you can watch like
Worth it. It's worth it.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, Kira got it during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Completely worth it. We're actually both going to sign up to it really soon again, so we can both go.
Okay.
Just think about it. It's you pay I forget how much it is a month, but I want to say 25 for the sake of argument.
Yeah, I think it's 25
a month. You can watch
Yeah.
2 or 3 movies a week. If you're a big movie head, it's so worth it. We watch matinees.
Mhm.
There's discounts on food. It's 100% worth it. So $100, because that's how much it costs to go to the movies now. $100 turns into like 70. So it's worth it.
Okay. Legion in chat says, but it would be super good if they did a Shazam versus Black Adam. That was the goal. That was the plan, but I don't think that's happening anymore.
I don't think it's happening anymore. And the thing is, too, I don't think that The Rock would have agreed to lose that fight. I think
I don't think so
Black
either.
Adam.
Yeah, I don't think The Rock would have agreed to it. I wish he would just get over himself sometimes. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, if James Gunn does something with Black Adam, they're probably just gonna recast him. Yeah, honestly,
But yes, I would love to see it.
It sucks because I think The Rock did a okay job. Wasn't bad. A little better than I expected, but
See, to me, it kind of felt like, I forgot if his character is Hobbs or Shaw.
Hobbs.
Okay, it felt like Hobbs in a Black Adam suit to me.
Hobbs in a Black Adam suit. I can see that.
It didn't feel like he didn't stretch his acting muscles, is what I'm trying to say, to be kind.
I don't think he has acting muscles, to be honest. He has muscles, but none of them are acting, you know?
He has his moments, where here or there, where, when he first started acting, where he really put a lot of effort into it, but then he just stayed that action hero and never got out of it.
Yeah. I love his comedy chops. When Dwayne Johnson does comedy, oh, he's impeccable. I love it. So good. Sarcasm is great. Well, what I'm listening to, I will talk about that in my recommendations. What I've been playing is the Street Fighter 6 demo. I don't know if you saw it on PlayStation.
Oh, the demo's out?
I'm not sure if it's still out. I haven't looked at it in a bit. It might still be out, but the Street Fighter 6 demo did drop, I think, about a week or two ago, maybe something like that.
That shit tonight.
And you get to customize your character. You don't get to do too much, but they do let you customize your character and walk around a little bit and like do a little bit of fighting. I think
I watched the Capcom 30-minute infomercial that they have on YouTube about it, so I know like a lot about the game that I'm just dying to buy it.
Yeah, it's honestly, man, it's good. The special effects, the graphics look amazing. I love the art style. And this is probably the first game that has done the most customization ever. I play with a lot of fighting games that have done customization, like Soul Calibur. I think Mortal Kombat dabbled into it a little bit. But man, the customization is crazy. You can literally make any kind of character you want. You can deform their body in any kind of way. You can have long arms, short arms. I feel like Capcom was like, hey, let's just have fun with this Street Fighter. Let's just let people do whatever the heck they want to do and just have fun, but still do enough so that way it can survive in the competitive scene. So I'm freaking loving it, man. It's so far, I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to the community nights where, I can tear you up like I always do, whip you up and down, left and right, make you call me daddy.
In Mortal Kombat, you whoop my ass every time. I'm terrible at Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter is a different story.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm actually gonna like really practice this time and try to put a little bit more effort into it. So you might get some competition this time, man. Might get some competition.
Oh, we'll see.
And
on a second.
Sure, no problem.
Just give me 1 second.
No problem.
I'm sorry. Continue. I just got to send a text.
No, you're good. In chat, let us know too, chat. What have you guys been up to since we've been gone? Basically, what have you guys been watching? What have you guys been watching and listening to over the past few weeks? That's my new word. I come up with new words all the time. As far as what I've been watching, I've been catching up on a few things. Season 3 of You. I know that came out like a little bit ago, but I'm finally catching up on You. It's on Netflix, and I finally got to go see Mario Brothers with the kiddos, and it was actually pretty good. I think this is the Mario movie that we've been wanting ever since we got that debacle with John Leguizamo, and I forgot the other guys from the 90s Mario movie. It's pretty good.
I actually found out some things about that Mario movie. The first one, John Leguizamo.
The first one? Okay, what happened?
Do you know that was the first movie that had true digital effects and particle effects, and all the stuff that's in modern movies was first done in that movie?
Really?
Yeah. I was watching a video on Quarter Crew on YouTube, and they have a segment called VFX Breakdown where they talk about VFX for movies. Yeah. And they did this lengthy thing talking about all the landmark things in special effects that happened during that Super Mario Brothers movie.
That's actually pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Interesting fact. Los, are you going to use stick on KJ? Legion says in chat. What stick? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Even with the crazy casting? I'm a little confused, Dark Legion. You might want to break that one down for me a little bit.
The only stick that I know is the one on Daredevil.
Maybe. I don't know.
Stick for Street Fighter.
Oh, maybe
You
that's
know
probably what he's talking about. I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah. Hold on. You know
Oh,
what? I
sticks
actually
for
gotta look
Street
that up.
Fighter. I don't know. Uh, the one thing I do remember, oh, the controller. Oh, sticks. Oh, could you just put like stick without an S? Like it would have been, yeah. I was like, what stick?
Oh, okay, that controller. Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm like, what stick? And then you said sticks. I'm like, oh, okay. You know.
I thought that was a character. I was ready to be like,
Yeah.
that's a new character?
uh,
No,
Pop
man,
Adams and
I'm like strictly like the old school controller, and that's it. Like, don't
yeah,
get me wrong, I love those, but like
the
I'm
fight
broke,
sticks.
so
I like the fight sticks, but I haven't used like the actual like fight sticks and everything like that in fighting games in so long that
Right.
I would have to get that muscle memory back. Like that's just, it's different to play like that compared to how we've been playing for the past what decade with the regular controllers.
yeah,
You know
with
what I
the
mean?
regular controller, yeah.
So I would have to really get used to doing that again. I mean, granted, I used to play like that all the time. That's literally the only way I used to play fighting games was with the control sticks in the arcade. So to get back to that again would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Adams in chat, how you been, man? What you been up to over the past few weeks? What games are you playing? And are you gonna be jumping into Street Fighter? So yeah, like I said, Super Mario movie, I loved it. It was fun. I took the kids to go see it. The kids loved it. If you're somebody who is a Mario fan, this movie is 100% for you. There was so many Easter eggs and so many little moments and characters from older Mario games over the years, even down to like just the music, like literally everything. Like this was a movie just full of Mario Easter eggs. Basically, it's as almost as if they took the Super Mario theme park and they just made a movie out of it. That's basically what it is.
So did they address the fact that the princess is always being captured?
Not really, but I guess it's not really. No, I'm trying to be careful with not to spoil anything. But no, they didn't really capture that. I mean, they didn't really say anything about that, honestly.
Because all over YouTube, there's videos that say that the princess is a hoe.
Really? Why?
Yeah, dude. Like it's been popping up in my feed like crazy. And it said, "Oh, you know, Mario goes in to try to save her, and she goes, nah, man, she left with what's his face. She a hoe."
Oh no, people are just saying that. I mean, she was captured. Like she's always getting captured. She's not just running off of Bowser. Like she's getting captured by Bowser.
She's into bondage. Maybe she's
yeah,
into
yeah.
bondage. You never know.
Peach and her turtles. Side note, Jack Black's rendition of Peaches, the song that he performs in the movie, is actually being nominated for an Oscar, not for an Oscar, for an Academy Award.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's being nominated at the Oscars. It's going to be nominated at the Oscars for an award for like best original song or something like that. Like when I heard that before I saw the movie, and I was like, okay, maybe the song is as good. Maybe it's like one of those like Frozen songs where it's just like such a classic, like contagious song. And then I saw the movie and I was like, it's not really that serious. It's just Jack Black as Bowser singing a song for like 10 seconds. I didn't get it. I don't know. But yeah, it's being nominated. But yeah, the movie's big. I think it's the 10th animated movie in history to make over $1 billion. It is
really,
yes. It's making rounds. It's doing pretty good, man. So yeah, the movie's already.
We should do an episode of that. Watch the 10 nominated animated movies.
I mean, the ones that's made over $1 billion.
Yeah, the ones made over $1 billion. Yeah.
That's actually interesting. I wanna like pull it up real quick, chat, if you guys don't mind. I know you guys don't mind. You miss us anyway.
Well, I figured the Lego movie would be in there. Mario would be in there. Maybe a Pokemon movie because of DVD sales and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't really think of any other animated movies that would made over $1 billion.
I didn't even know it was even that many movies that were made that actually animated movies that made over $1 billion. I didn't even think that it was really that popular. So all right, here we go. Here's just to name a few. Despicable Me, 907 million. Oh no, I guess it's giving me movies that made over $1 million. I don't know. The top highest grossing animated films.
Okay.
Despicable Me 2, Zootopia made 1 billion. Wow. Zootopia?
Really?
I'm surprised. I did not know that.
I've never seen that.
I've seen like scenes of it because my kids watched it, but Finding Dory, 1.3 billion. That's obvious. Despicable Me, 1.3 billion. Toy Story 3, 1.7. Toy Story 4, 1.7. Minions, Frozen 2, Incredibles 2. Yeah, so these are. I didn't know that they were that successful. I knew that they were successful animated films, but I didn't know that they were that successful to the point where they made over the billions. It's pretty deep. It's pretty deep.
That is.
But yeah, even with the crazy casting was the Mario movie, says Legion in chat. Yes, the casting in the Mario movie, that's another thing I want to touch base on. I was actually kind of surprised that, because when I first saw the casting, Jack Black, and all the other like casting from that film. Who else did we get in there?
I mean, Jack Black, I think he's been annoying in a lot of movies, but for animation, I really do think he has the right personality and delivery for animation.
Oh, he did great as Bowser. Like, just hearing his voice, you're sitting there thinking like, is that really Jack Black? It doesn't sound like him. It sounds like him when he sings the Peaches song. Like, you can hear his little tone in there, but it does not sound like Jack Black. Not even a little bit. That's why I'm like, man, applause to that guy. He did an amazing voice job. All the voice actors actually did great. Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, literally everybody just did an amazing job. I was really surprised. Even Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, he didn't even sound like Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen did Donkey Kong?
Seth Rogen did Donkey Kong.
Did you ever hear Jack Black sing at the end of High Fidelity?
I believe so. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, but the TV show was good though.
I love the TV show.
I'm gonna rewatch it next week.
I love the TV show. But yeah, I don't remember it because I haven't seen that film in a while. So, but yeah, it's even what is his name? Keegan Michael Key from the Key and Peele show. He did Toad's voice. Great job.
He did.
Yes, great job. Like I said, when everybody saw this initial casting, people were thinking, like, "Oh, this is gonna what is this? This looks like a joke."
Right.
Great freaking job. I was very surprised. Good movie. Good kid movie.
If you give it such high praise, I'd be willing to watch it.
It's fun. I'm not saying it's like the next best thing since Titanic or anything like that, but if you love Mario and you just want to have fun and watch a fun Mario movie, it's fun. Let's jump into our segment, which is called Patreon Q&A, which, like I said before, our Patreon members, subscribers, one of their special benefits is that they get to ask us questions that we answer on the show. You guys control the show. You guys can give topics for the show. That's your benefit for helping us out. So, Los.
Oh yeah. Trust me, you don't understand what Kira's about to put us through.
So yeah, Los's girl Kira is a Patreon member, and she submitted her Q&A question just like any of you guys can do through patreon.com/JHouze Radio. Go ahead, Los.
So she said she might want to have us review a My Little Pony movie.
Oh no. Wait, so that's her request?
Yeah, and she says, I wonder how many chocolate bunnies would it take for me to change my mind? And that is a direct quote.
Oh no. Listen, she's a Patreon member.
Dark Legion is fucking cracking up.
She's a Patreon member. She controls the show. Just, hey, like I said, any of you guys listening or watching live.
Did you read what she just wrote in chat?
What did she just put in chat? Her evil laughter.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so on a future episode,
boy, you better come up with some chocolate bunnies fast, otherwise we're watching My Little Pony.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I need to know. What do we have to do to get out of watching? How many chocolate bunnies is it going to take to get out of reviewing My Little Pony? Like, that's literally going to be like a 5-minute YouTube video. I don't know if I want to do a full podcast
Bro, don't
episode.
You have like a Dollar Tree or something that's like across the street from you? Like, for real.
Oh man, shipping costs, man. Shipping costs is like a killer. You know what I'm saying?
Get shipping costs. You were like, all you gotta do is show a picture. I have them here. When I see you, I'll bring them to you. And she'll be like, okay.
Oh wait, so that'll work? I thought it had to be an actual delivery. I didn't know it had to be like,
Well,
hey, here, I have it ready.
We have to ask our patron is what will it take?
Yeah, we'll definitely have to ask her that. So that's what it is.
And then she said she's also gonna make us possibly review country music videos.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, so we gotta find out what can we do.
Sorry, she says nope, it has to be here, it has to be delivered.
Oh, see,
Nice
I told
try.
you. I told you. I figured it had to be delivered. She's not gonna stand for that. Like, yeah, listen, I got it. It'll be there one day. No, it's gotta be delivered. So, all right. So you need to give me a time frame that if I don't deliver the chocolate bunnies, as if it's like a ransom note, if you do not deliver the chocolate bunnies, I will make you watch and review My Little Pony in country music videos. Muhahaha.
Bro. And she loves country music, bro.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with a little country, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. This is gonna be fun, man. This is gonna be interesting to see how this turns out.
Oh yeah, believe me, she'll get worse. Like she'll find some.
She said, I
like,
guess
Korean
Bluey
soap opera
also
for us to watch.
I guess Bluey. Listen, my daughter watches Bluey. I know me some Bluey. You know what I'm saying? Not that I want to review. Bluey is it's like a little dog cartoon. You probably seen it. I don't know.
Is that the little blue dog with the guy who's?
No, not with the guy. It's like it's a little dog family. I'm about to find the trailer right now. I'm about to show you the trailer.
That's on Netflix, right?
Yes, it's on Netflix. Guaranteed, you've probably seen it. You'll probably find it before I pull it up. If I can.
No, not Coco Melon.
Oh no, anything. Come on. All right, listen. I will.
Dark Legion, baby. Dark Legion says, does the requirement have to be delivered himself or from Amazon?
Why you gotta possibly add extra stipulations to this, Legion? Okay,
No, because you could sign on. You could sign on Amazon right now and be like, click, you'll get it in 2 days.
Yeah. You know what? If that's the case, I will send it through Amazon. Because I would not suffer through Coco Melon. Sorry.
And we'll put the video on our Patreon. Oh my God, Kira said himself with a smile. Whichever way it gets delivered, we're gonna put it on Patreon so you can see exclusively her reaction to getting the chocolate bunnies.
Himself with a smile. Jeez.
Oh, he's gonna be smiling because he's gonna be nervous.
This is turning into some interesting circumstances right now, chat. It really is. Jeez Louise.
We might have to like live broadcast just for Dark Legion.
Yeah. Just so Legion can see it.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, we'll keep you guys. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the Chocolate Bunny saga continues. All right, let's jump into our show notes real quick, guys. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on, a lot of pop culture things and trailers and so on and so forth. The Flash has dropped about, I think, 3 trailers at this point. We had the teaser during the Super Bowl, and then the one trailer after that, and we had another trailer released like a week ago, I believe. Los, what do you think of The Flash?
It looks really good.
And he said that about a DC movie. Oh, man.
No, well, here's the thing. Like, look at the original Batman movie with Michael Keaton. That was a good movie. The first one. The second one was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So it's just one of those things where, like, it looks good. I like the fact they have Supergirl in it. I like the fact that he has a younger version of himself in it. The Michael Keaton Batman, so you know you're in a different universe. Like, it has all these elements that are, you know, almost fanfic, but at the same time, it's something we're all looking forward to. Because this is the first movie we're going to have several Batman in it. Because there's 3 Batman in the movie. There's...
Wait, there's 3?
3, yeah. I'm gonna explain them to you.
Okay.
The first one is our favorite. Oh, God, which his name escapes me.
Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Then there's Michael Keaton, and the rumored last shot in the film is when Flash comes back to his universe, he runs into Batman with a different voice, and you see him from behind with a different costume.
Oh,
That's the rumor.
if that rumor is true, it's probably Nightwing, or it's Robin from the upcoming Batman movie that they're doing.
Maybe,
you know, because they are doing.
It would be great. Dick Grayson Batman would be amazing.
I would freaking love that, man. I would love that.
It also could be his son.
Oh yeah, true. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So there's going to be 3 Batman in one movie, 2 Flash and Supergirl.
This, oh man, it's been a long time since I've been this excited about a DC movie. Like, there's some DC movies I was like, oh, you know, I can't wait to see it. It might be good. Like, I'm literally, like, when I first saw the first trailer and the trailers that came after that, I literally I get chills every time I watch these trailers, because it literally, like you said, this feels like a fan fiction. This feels like somebody who is a super hardcore fan that said and just went to DC and said, hey, can I make a Batman movie? By the way, can I add a few more characters in it? By the way, can I bring back some of like Superman's old arch nemesis? Sure, do whatever you want. Like this, it feels like it's not real, and especially coming from DC.
I'm sad that Henry Cavill's not going to be in it, because I really did like him as Superman. But believe it or not, the last time I was this excited about a DC movie was Superman Returns.
Wow.
But the movie let me down. But like during the trailer phase, I was super excited for that movie. I was like, oh my God, he looks like Christopher Reeve, this, that, and the other thing. Like, he plays the character right.
Yeah.
You know, so I was super excited for that movie. Then I saw it and I was like,
yeah.
Halfway through.
Yeah. I can't wait for this, man. Is there any way that this film could disappoint us? And if there is, what do you think it could be?
2 ways.
Okay.
2 ways. One, that the movie is really, really good, but because Ezra Miller is such a whack job, he'll never come back as the Flash.
Oh, that would hurt.
But
2, I can see that happening.
2, if the pacing of the movie isn't done correctly, if it's too rushed or too slow, or if it's super fast and super slow and then super fast and super slow, like if it has, if the storytelling is consistent and it flows properly, I think it'll be a great movie. But if like in the other DC EU movies where it's up and down and up and down and up and down, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. But Tom Cruise got a chance to see the movie ahead of time, and he said it was one of the best films he ever saw. And Tom Cruise literally watches 2 movies a day. He's that much of a movie buff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's Tom Cruise is saying that it's got to be something. It's got to be something to it.
Serious movie buff. So.
Oh man, this could literally this could probably literally be the best DC movie we've ever had.
And think about it. It's so good that it's the only movie from the DC EU that's getting counted in the DCU.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. I keep forgetting, like every time I see the trailer, I keep thinking, oh, well, James Gunn's doing his thing. Like, wait a second, James Gunn wasn't even there when this got made. He wasn't there yet.
The only other rumor from the DCU, the Gunn show, is that Jason Momoa is going to keep his role as Aquaman and also play Lobo.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
That's the only 2 rumors that have been consistently talked about.
Okay.
So those are the 2 rumors that I'm real interested in. But I don't think Ezra Miller is going to come back because of all his drama.
That's what I'm a little worried about, is if they could just be like, all right, listen, we're keeping you around because we know this film is going to be great. We spent too much money on it. We spent too much time on it and effort. And then, like you said, once it's done and they made their money, they're like, all right, we're done with you. We don't want to deal with any more possible issues in the future.
The only other thing is, I mean, this is a rumor that persists, but I don't personally believe it. They say Justin Grant is going to take over for the Flash.
I keep hearing that, but I don't know if I want him as the Flash. At first I did.
I don't want him to be the new Flash. And for one simple reason. he's established a Flash on TV that people have loved. People have loved for 9 seasons, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And he should be allowed to end that, because if he comes into the movie universe, he's got to create a whole new Flash. And is he going to base it on Ezra Miller's, where he's kind of a loner and kind of a whack job, or is he going to create another wholesome version of the Flash? And I just kind of think that, just like Batman needs to get rebooted every once in a while, why shouldn't the Flash? And again, not taking away anything from Justin Grant, I just think it's time for another person to play the Flash, if they're going to recast it.
If they're going to recast it, I don't know. I think from the way the trailers look, it looks like Ezra Miller is really popping out some super emotional acting chops. And that's something I'm really excited about, because we didn't get that from the TV show Flash. In TV show Flash, he's a little dull at times. You don't really see much emotion. And if you do, it's like his acting doesn't seem that great. His range doesn't seem that great. I think Ezra Miller, despite all of his off the camera acts, I feel like he has a little bit more range on the emotional side.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So that's why, like, if that rumor was true, I don't know if I would want that, even though I haven't seen the movie yet and I haven't got to see how Ezra Miller does. Just based off the emotion I see in the trailer, I'm like, man, this looks like this is going to be an emotional movie. It really does. And I just don't know if he has that range. So
again, I feel bad the fact that Ezra Miller had so many mental health issues, because I really did like his performance as the Flash.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, in the previous films, I really did.
Yeah.
Once I found out that,
for all we know, he might get his shit together, and
he could
might keep him.
I mean, look at Robert Downey Jr. He's literally one of our favorite actors in the entire MCU. You know what I'm saying? People want him to come back, and he was basically a drug addict at one point. You know what I'm saying?
He was a drug addict.
Yeah.
He had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
But he was able to move past it. And remember, people forget Robert Downey Jr. Did jail time.
Yeah.
When he was promoting for I think it was Iron Man in Japan, they almost didn't let him in the country.
Oh, because of his history?
Well, because one of the questions asked is, have you been convicted of a drug charge? Have you done drugs? Have you done this? Have you done any jail time? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yes. Yes
to everything above.
This was in an interview. Yes. What are you here for? I'm here for work. It was before Iron Man got released. So it was during the initial press.
Yeah.
And someone from Marvel Japan had to come, show all his paperwork and this and the other thing to allow him in. But he was only allowed in for 48 hours and they kicked him out.
Jeez. Only for 48 hours? Goodness gracious.
To come in, promote, and leave. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep. Legion in chat says, yeah, but at times, if you reboot Flash so many times, then it would be feeling like the Batman movies. But that's just me. I agree. I don't think that they're going to try to reboot it. If they do anything, they might just recast it. I think it's still too early to try to reboot Flash. Like, it's literally his first solo movie.
Well, here's the thing, too. You've only had one Flash in the movies.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller. Right? So if he comes over to, if they recast the Flash, it's the first time he's ever recasted.
Yeah.
So unlike Batman, who's had how many? I think 8 or 9.
So many
recasts.
Batmans. So many. That's one thing I hate about the Batman franchise. There's like 20 different Batmans, and I get the whole multiverse thing is cool, but I kind of wish we had just give me one Batman for at least a few years, man. Like, give me like 10 years, one Batman, and I'll be happy. you know. But that's what James Gunn's plan is for the Gunn show, is to keep one consistent Batman. So we will see.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, me too. I'm really hoping. Speaking of more DC news, did you get to check out the Blue Beetle trailer? And if you did, what do you think,
Yes.
Los?
There are parts of it that I really love. There are parts of it that I really like. And unfortunately, George Lopez is not one of them.
Yeah, I didn't like that when I saw George Lopez in there. I'm like, why? I don't like him as an actor.
Love his line, Batman is a fascist.
Oh man. I don't know. I'm kind of on the edge with this one. Um I didn't like the trailer. I mean, some, like you said, I guess I'm kind of like you in a sense. Some parts did look cool. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see how that can be cool, but it doesn't look like it'll be good. It just doesn't look like it'll be good. Honestly, I think it's just gonna be one of
No,
those
I
popcorn
think it's
flicks.
going to be good, but I think it's going to be more similar in tone to Shazam,
Yeah, I can see that.
the
I
first
can
one.
see that. Yeah, it does seem like it's going to be a comedy type flick. Basically, you know, it's like a fun comedy. You go see it in the summer and have some fun with it and have a few laughs, and that's about it. It's not meant to be a serious tone film. It does seem like it's more in the tone of, like you said, a Shazam, maybe like a Spider-Man kind of thing. You
Well,
know?
here's the one thing that I did like that I saw in the trailer. And again, if you're a comic book head, you know this.
Okay.
That there were 3 different Blue Beetles, okay,
Yes, there
in the
were.
history of DC. And in this trailer, they show Blue Beetle version 2, like his, his beetle lair,
Mm-hmm.
and all his family is Jaime's family is in there, controlling the beetle ship and everything else and blah blah blah. And him being the 3rd generation with the
Mm.
scarab on his back. So I did like that. I also did like the fact that when he transformed into the Blue Beetle, it almost looked painful.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So, like, I did like that. And I also did like the fact that if a kid becomes a superhero and he can create anything, he's going to pull from the things that inspire him, like cartoons and anime and things like that. And I did
Yeah.
enjoy that,
Yeah, I
you
like
know.
I like that at the end of the trailer. I think that they purposely did that, but the sword that he pulled out looked like the sword from Cloud from Final Fantasy, like the long
I've
sword
heard
that he had.
that, and I've heard the sword that the triangle head from some video game drags around.
Probably, I'm thinking you're probably thinking of Final Fantasy. I'm thinking.
No, 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 no. It's a horror video game, right?
Uh huh.
Where it's in a town and there's a that, like, one of the bad guys who are after you is this big muscular guy with this huge sword, and he wears like a pyramid type helmet.
Oh, Silent Hill,
Silent Hill, thank you.
Pyramid Head.
Some people are
Yeah.
saying that sword is from Silent Hill.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You know what? You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know why. For me, it looked like it was the sword from the guy from Final Fantasy VII. But now that I'm
Well,
looking at it live on the YouTube feed, yeah, it does look like the Silent Hill sword a little bit.
yeah. So those are the 2 things that I've heard. Um, I'm gonna watch it, and there are 2 reasons why I'm gonna watch it. The same way the black community rallied around Black Panther and really showed people the what do you call it, the power of the black community and what they can support. I think Latinos need to do the same thing for the Blue Beetle to
Yeah.
show that we're a force to actually to show how much our buying power is. You know,
Okay.
spending our money from our wallets into this movie will show that it's worth making a Blue Beetle 2 or digging into a lot of superhero lore to pull out Latino superheroes, because there are some.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. I think that's important. Representation is important, and it is
Yeah.
important to represent, your culture. It is important to represent, somebody who's, whether they're representing the black community, the Latino, whatever your nationality is. It's definitely important.
Yeah.
Legion in chat says, "Are you watching this in theaters or on streaming services?"
I'm going to watch Blue Beetle in theaters.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely watch it in theaters. And I think I might even do a video for Patreon, me going there, my initial reaction afterwards.
Looks like it'll be okay. I'm not too excited about it, but for content purposes, obviously we're going to see it, we're going to review it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to give our thoughts before and after. We'll keep
Yeah.
you guys posted with what kind of video platform we're going to put that on, and yeah, we'll see. It's great to see representation. It's great to see more Latino superheroes, and yeah, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I kind of think the we need to have, because think about it, even in Spider-Man, like, you have the Indian Spider-Man is always represented every time they do the multiverse.
Yeah,
he shows up. So I just kind of think that a lot of the Marvel and DC don't tap into two of the largest, which is sort of odd to say, two of the largest minorities who have big purchasing power, the Asian community and Latino community.
That is true.
And I really do think they need to tap into that, because it just not only shows diversity, it shows forward thinking, and it shows inclusion, and it'll help boost their profits. I personally think,
Yeah.
and I think that's something they need to kind of look into.
Yeah.
What was it called again? The 10 rings. I always pronounce it incorrectly.
Oh,
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Ring.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that movie was great. Although a lot of people didn't like it, I didn't understand. I mean, okay, the dragon at the end was a little bit much. But before that point and after that point, it was good.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't the best Marvel movie, but I thought overall it was entertaining. Like, I've watched it a few times afterwards. It's an entertaining movie. Legion in chat says, I saw a video on YouTube saying that Endgame was mediocre.
Oh, hell no.
Endgame was mediocre. Ooh, why?
Listen, I've said it 1,000 times. My only gripe that it was like Avengers Assemble. That was my only gripe with the whole movie.
I would 100% agree with you. I remember being in a theater, everybody was hyped, like, yeah, oh man, they're all back. He's like, Avengers, yes, say it. Assemble. Like, well, wait, why'd you lower your voice? Like, you have me all hyped. Like, I was just like, yo, you should be like, Avengers Assemble, and then like running in there, like,
or even if you would have screamed Avengers and then everyone else said Assemble and they went forward.
Oh man,
how many people would have creamed their pants? I'm just saying.
Seriously, I am looking for it. Yeah, Legion, if you find that, send it to us in Discord for sure.
Yeah.
Put it in the main chat or the pop culture chat. Also, anybody who has not joined our Discord, join our Discord. The link will be in the description below. You guys can catch us in there. Any extra content and special Discord channel for our Patreon members are in there as well.
Yeah. Because we're gonna really start investing in our Patreon.
Yeah, we have to, man. We have to, because we're trying to do some more projects, and the Patreon is really going to help us do more projects outside of the podcast. So yeah. All right, our last topic for the night: Mandalorian season 3 is finally over. It's finally done. Sadly enough, it is. What were your thoughts, Los? Well, what did you think of Mandalorian season 3 as a whole?
As a whole, it was good, but the issue that I had with it was it almost felt like Din Djarin and Grogu felt like almost secondary characters during the season, because they focused so much on Bo-Katan, that kind of upset me a little,
That's actually kind of interesting. I didn't even think about that until you just said that just now. That is kind of true. They were kind of secondary characters.
Yeah. And at the end of the season, my thoughts are that the Mandalorian that they're talking about is not Din Djarin. It's Grogu.
What do you mean?
Because the title of the show is called The Mandalorian, right?
Okay.
But we're not following Din Djarin's story. We're following Grogu's story. The way Grogu becomes a Mandalorian.
Good point.
Because he took the oath at the end. Spoilers. He took the oath at the end of the season.
Minor spoilers in this review, guys. Minor spoilers. We're not going to kill it for you guys, but yeah, minor spoilers.
So to me, I think this series is going to end with him wearing the helmet. And the new trilogy that was announced is going to involve Grogu.
See, that's the thing and like, we're going to bounce back and forth a lot in this review, because Mandalorian feels like
I'll give you all the clues if you want the clues.
Of why you think that
the series is really about Grogu, not Din Djarin.
Okay, well, give me the clues.
Okay. 1, the original Mandalorian, was a Jedi who was also a Mandalorian. Grogu is a
A
Jedi
Jedi. Yeah,
who's also becoming a Mandalorian.
that's true. That's true.
The original Mandalorian, okay, rode that animal, which is the symbol of the Mandalorians.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Grogu has shown to communicate and control beasts. Because remember when that
Ah,
Rancor went to go after them? Who was the one who
yeah.
controlled it? Grogu.
You're right.
There's another clue. Okay. The black saber, right, is no longer in existence. It got crushed and bent. And so they need a new symbol, a new sword to follow.
Mm.
All right. And the original Mandalorian created a unique lightsaber, and that became the symbol of the Mandalorian.
Mm.
So Grogu has to be a true Jedi, you have to build your lightsaber.
That is a good point because at first,
Oh, wait. I'm not done. I'm not
okay,
done.
okay.
Okay. Here's the one thing that people don't realize. The Mandalorian is the most Jewish science fiction show ever created. There are so many, and I literally watched a 45-minute video on this.
Okay.
There are so many parallels between Jewish history and the Mandalorian. Everything from a certain set being strict on the rules,
Mm-hmm.
the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of Mandalore, you know, a Messiah figure who is not Din Djarin, but is Grogu, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like all these different things because Jews in the Bible were warriors. Unfortunately, when people think of Jews now, people think, oh, he's my accountant, he's my lawyer, he's my jeweler, he's this, that, and the other thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like all societies evolve and change,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So if you, I got to find the link for you and send it to you. But if you look at it, all those clues are there that this series is not about Din Djarin, it's about Grogu. Grogu will eventually be either the leader of the Mandalorians or be one of the most important Mandalorians down the road. And I think with the Rey trilogy that was announced, I think you will see that come. I think it might even go so far as the new Jedi Academy is going to be on Mandalore.
I mean, well, they did basically, in a sense. Well, I still got this trailer playing right now. My bad. Commercials. They did, in a sense, like rebuild Mandalore at the end of the season. They got the forge back and everything like that. So they're in the process of rebuilding.
Yes.
So I can see that possibly happening. And as far as Grogu being like this being his story, I mean, I guess you can kind of say, yeah, that it is. I mean, because I was always in the mindset of thinking like, yeah, we're following around Din Djarin and things like that. But we got to remember that Grogu plays a huge part in this whole series so far has been about not just the adventures of Din Djarin, but the growth and the development of Grogu coming to his own. And I guess ever since you said that, I didn't even think about that until now. That's especially this last season. That's what it's all been about. It's about him getting better, him getting his armor, him training even more, and him taking the oath, and
him learning to use weapons.
Exactly. Like Grogu played a major part in this season, and based off what you said, it does make sense.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. But again, I kind of felt like he was taking a back seat. But if you look at it through the eyes of this is what this story is about Grogu, then you realize that all it did was really just highlight how Grogu is becoming the Mandalorian more and more. Like you saw a child in the beginning of the season take the oath.
Yeah.
So you got to see how it happened. And I do really think the show's about Grogu becoming a Mandalorian.
Okay. I mean, I can definitely see that playing a part. I feel like if, as far as the future Star Wars movies, if they don't include Mandalorian in there, if they don't include Grogu in there, I feel like that's a missed opportunity. With these upcoming Star Wars trilogy films, whatever they're doing, I feel like that is a major opportunity for them to really get people back into the Star Wars movies again, because people are loving Mandalorian. Why not put him on the big screen? Why not put Grogu on the big screen? I'm looking forward to Ahsoka. Ahsoka looks great. I'm surprised that wasn't a movie. I thought they were going to make a movie of that.
No, it's better as a series. You get to spend more time with the characters.
Yeah, and I realized that the creators of Star Wars they're realizing that they telling a lot of these stories is probably going to be best doing it through a TV show, because like we said, you are going to have more time. You get to introduce more characters and really focus on one or two characters, and so that way when you come out with a Star Wars film and you show a character or two from a show that you already saw, then you already have that background. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I do want to get your thoughts on the Star Wars celebration that happened not too long ago. They did announce that Rey is coming back. A lot of fans are not liking that. How do you feel about that? Do you think Rey coming back is a bad thing?
I don't think Rey coming back is a bad thing, in the sense of you need to continue the Skywalker saga, and she considers herself a Skywalker. But for me to truly enjoy those movies, oh my God, wasn't even the character that was a Black Stormtrooper? Finn.
Yeah.
Finn needs to be a Jedi.
I think we talked about this before. I was upset that he didn't become a Jedi by the end of that trilogy.
And here's my thinking and here's my reasoning. Okay. Remove, what's his name? It's Samuel Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other Black Jedi?
We did have a Black Jedi. We did see that one Black Jedi in Mandalorian.
Okay, him. Oh, by the way, you knew who that was, right?
No, who was that? I didn't know.
The actor who played Jar Jar Binks.
Really?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Wow.
That was the actor who played Jar Jar Binks.
That was his redemption story.
I would love to see these two very British actors, okay, who have a history together to be Jedi. Maybe don't have Finn be a full-blown Jedi. Maybe have him be a Force user, okay, but not quite reach the level of Jedi Knight, okay?
Yeah.
Because with the original trilogy, you had 4 characters that essentially did everything, and with the new movies, you need to create the same 4 characters. The pilot, I forget what his character's name was.
I forgot. I haven't seen those movies in so long.
Finn, Rey, and then have another character, even if it's a new one, and show this, And my thinking is, you can have Grogu maybe be that 4th one, or have him be in some conflict with Rey.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I think Grogu might be that missing piece from the television to the movies. That would make sense. And it would also allow the Mandalorian series to continue growing. Let's say it goes for 10 seasons, which is a wish and a dream, and I don't think it'll happen, but let's say it happens for 10 seasons. You can still have the movies come out and still have stuff happen in the Mandalorian, that won't affect the movies too much.
Yeah.
And you have a link between the TV shows and the movies. I
agree. I mean, I just honestly, in terms of Rey, I hope whatever they do it right. We went this long without having a Star Wars film. I know they went back to the drawing board and trying to get things together and write a good story. Just don't mess it up, man. I don't. A lot of people didn't like the whole Rey situation. I didn't like it for the simple fact that I felt like they just gave her powers and she didn't really earn it, in my opinion.
Okay, look, here's my opinion on that. When Star Wars was run by Jacqueline Kennedy, you get this trilogy. Not only do you get this trilogy, you get this trilogy that doesn't have a continuous flow and storyline. You have JJ doing one movie, you have the other director doing the second movie, screwed things up. JJ came back and made the apology, which was The Rise of Skywalker, because it really was the apology.
Yeah.
And because part 2 didn't really touch on things that were established in part 1, part 3 had to not only reestablish it, but repeat some of the original trilogy to get people to just say, okay, yeah, this one's worth it. So I think under Jon Favreau and, oh my God, what's his name? The other The other producer. I feel so bad that I don't fucking remember his name
Um.
because he was the one who did the Clone Wars.
Oh. Jeez, I forgot his name too.
Dave Filoni.
Okay.
Under Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they understand what Star Wars is. They understand what Star Wars means to people, and they also understand that part of the thing that people love so much about Star Wars is that it copied other genres and it turned them into space adventures. Because The Mandalorian season 1 was a Western. Whether you believe it or not, it was a Western.
That's what I loved about it, though. Like, even the music for like The Mandalorian just sounds like a Western song. I love it.
The music is amazing.
I love it. Yeah, man.
Amazing.
Literally every time the show goes off, I sit there for the entire time and listen to the entire like outro and watch the outro art and everything. Like, I freaking love it, man. So good. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the future of Star Wars is bright. The Star Wars Celebration gave us a lot of news about upcoming films and possible characters that might be coming back, possible Sith Lords, or that we might see, and things like that. So, I mean, we're definitely going to try to stay up close and personal with everything that comes out in regards to the upcoming Star Wars films, games, and content.
I do have a wish list for Mandalorian season 4.
Okay.
Boba Fett. And I'm going to tell you why.
I don't know, man.
Listen, and I'm going to tell you why. What is the one unique thing about Boba Fett that people didn't realize till he was on The Mandalorian?
That he can fight?
No.
I don't know.
That his father was the Mandalorian. His father fought in the Clone Wars.
Oh,
and he got his armor from his father.
Got it, yeah. That's true.
So I would like to see Boba Fett, join the Mandalorian in the Mandalorian cause, right? Or maybe give him a surprise son and have the son join the Mandalorian cause and have him wear the armor.
I mean, I guess I don't know. If he joins in on the show, I guess sure, why not? Because Mandalorian was... Boba Fett was okay when he was on the Mandalorian show, but when you watch Boba Fett the show, I thought it was boring.
Jacqueline Kennedy, she got involved in the show, and literally Dave Filoni almost walked away from Star Wars because of her.
Yeah, it's a horrible show.
And I'm a Star Trek fan, and I know this.
even my fan in chat, she says, stick to Star Trek. LOL. No to Boba Fett. Yeah, she didn't like Boba Fett either.
As much as people hated the Boba Fett series and that changed their opinion on Boba Fett, if you remove the series, people were obsessed with Boba Fett beforehand.
Oh, yeah, before that, yeah, I was one of them.
But to sort of make that character worthy again of all the love it had, you need to do something else. And the Book of Boba Fett season 2 is not going to do it. But him being added to The Mandalorian and him being part of an important episode. I'm not talking about being in the whole series, being a part of an important episode would do a lot to redeem the character and move that character more into a positive light.
If he's in Mandalorian for a few scenes here and there, maybe an episode or two, I wouldn't mind that. That's fine. But like you said, if it's a show, I am not watching the Book of Boba Fett season 2. I refuse. I'm not doing it.
Honestly, I would watch it to see how bad it is to make fun of it. I'm being 100% honest. The Book of Boba Fett was trash.
Yeah, it was straight garbage.
Again, the pacing problem. It was like when it went to the Sand People, it was really slow, and then when it went back to him trying to create his organization, it didn't move fast enough,
Yeah.
So I do think that he's an important part. The reason why we have Mandalorians is because of Boba Fett. And you need to realize that.
Yeah.
Everything that came about the Mandalorians is because of Boba Fett. And you need to redeem that character. And I think him being in an episode and doing something important, I think would do a lot to redeem the character and would help move that story forward. And again, let's say he gets a magical son, or they find out he's pregnant, and you could have Boba Fett's son, Triple Fett or whatever the hell you want to call him. You could even throw him in the Rey movies for something.
Oh,
I just kind of think for the Rey trilogy to work, you need to add elements of Star Wars that are working now. And I do think that Grogu is one of those elements. Because all the other shows, the Wrecking Crew, the other show that's coming out?
What, Bad Batch? I think it was Bad Batch.
Yeah, maybe have Alpha from the Bad Batch be part of that,
Yeah.
Like you have elements in current Star Wars that need to fit into the Rey trilogy to make people want to watch it. And believe it or not, like you got to have the kind of like everything from the Mandalorian came from Boba Fett. You got to redeem Boba Fett, put him in an episode. I don't need to see him for a whole season. I don't need to see a whole season of the Book of the Boring Boba Fett.
The book of the Boring Boba Fett.
but he's the reason why the Mandalorian exists. His character.
Yeah.
Who was debuted in the Star Wars Christmas special. So
Random fact
I
of the
kind
day.
of think that he needs to be part of the Mandalorian series in an episode to kind of redeem the character and move him forward.
I wouldn't mind seeing him come back in this series, because like you said before that show, Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, I was a big fan. I was excited when we were getting a Boba Fett show. Everybody was excited, you know what I mean? Then we got that. It was like, oh, what am I watching?
Right, and by the end of the Book of Boba Fett, everyone was like, oh, the Boba Fett show should have been what the Mandalorian was.
Yeah,
because they're thinking that the show is based on Din Djarin. But I personally think it's based on Grogu. That's why it was called The Mandalorian. The path of him becoming the Mandalorian. But that's just my opinion.
Deep thoughts.
So what is your wish list for season 4?
My wish list for season 4, I want to see Grogu take that next big step. I want to see him older. Him as a baby was cute and fine for the first 3 seasons. I want to see him older. I want to see him obviously a little taller, so I want to see him doing more things, and like a baby Yoda kind of thing. And I wouldn't mind seeing Boba Fett. I mean, I didn't think about that until you said it. I would want to see how that chemistry between those two characters develops in a new season, even if it is just a few episodes. Yeah, I think that's the main thing I really want to see. I just really want to see Grogu really come into his own a little bit more in the next season.
Right. Because here's the thing, like I figured out a way they could add Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
The fleet gets hurt. Like, her fleet needs to stop for repairs. And Din Djarin is like, I've got a friend. And then they fly into Boba Fett's town, city, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he could be involved with helping them repair. And, and him just saying, listen, I would love to help you in the war, but I've got to take care of my people. He says, but I can give you weapons, but I can give you this, but I can give you that. I can give you information. I'll keep my eye on you and I'll help you any way I can. But I can't join the war. Perfect. Done. Boba Fett's redeemed.
That's it. He's redeemed. All your wrongdoing from your previous show is out of everybody's mind now.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I would like to see that. I would also like to see Ahsoka come back for one episode. What am I seeing?
Ahsoka has to come back for the Rey series.
Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah, she's probably not going to come around for that. It's probably not,
because we don't know how long her species lives.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
She could be, let's say her species could live 400 years. Okay, well, it's very plausible that she'd wind up hanging out with Rey and maybe teaching Rey. Or teaching in the Jedi Academy. Rey's Jedi Academy. Or teaching Finn. Or good friends with Grogu. Who knows?
Yeah. Legion in chat says, speaking of Star Wars, may the 4th be with you. Hey, man. Of course. Yeah, guys, don't forget, if you guys are watching this live, hit that like button. You guys will help the content with just a simple button push. All right, last question. Who is your favorite Jedi or Sith Lord?
My favorite Jedi. The one person I want to say I can't say because she is no Jedi.
Okay.
Ahsoka. Ahsoka is not a Jedi.
She's not? I thought she was a Jedi.
She never received the title of Jedi Master. She was only a Padawan. Her lightsabers are white, which means she's what they call a gray Jedi, a neutral Jedi. So she doesn't have the color green, which is for fighting. Blue is for defending. Yellow is a guardian. Purple is someone who uses dark force like powers as well as, but stays on the light side. You know, I forget what the orange one means, but the colors of lightsabers mean where you sit in the force. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I just thought the color of the lightsabers was whatever color they picked when they were customizing it at the store.
No. It's literally like where you sit in the force.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, that's actually interesting.
For me, it would be Ahsoka, but she's like she says, she's no Jedi. So it's not her. My my second one would probably be the dude who wears the mask.
The dude who wears the mask?
Yeah, the one who found Ahsoka. Hold on.
Oh,
my friend.
Gugu is my friend. Jeez, I gotta find out what episode Ahsoka was on. I think that was the last season.
Plo Koon.
Okay.
Plo Koon is my favorite.
Okay, it's a good pick. Let me see. If I had to pick one, I'll probably pick a Sith Lord, Sith leader. I gotta go for Darth Maul.
Wait, the question was Jedi, not Sith.
Yeah, I said either your favorite Jedi or your favorite Dark Lord or Sith leader.
Sith Lord. Okay,
Sith Lord.
Yours?
Darth Maul.
I figured as much.
Yeah. Why? Why'd you figure as much?
It's the aesthetics of it. You love aesthetics. Like, you love things that are very well designed. And that character was very well designed. Like, from the moment you saw him, you had no doubt he was a bad guy. And you had no doubt he was a tough guy. Just from his look.
Yeah. Oh, he's... It's such a shame that he dies in that movie. I feel like I probably talked about this before, but I really wish...
Have you not watched the Clone Wars?
I never got around to the Clone Wars. I do want to watch it, though.
Guess what? He survives.
Oh, really?
Have you not watched Star Wars Rebels? Because he's in that one, too.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about live action, though. But yeah, I guess I can go check that out. Out. Yeah.
You need to. When I tell you, it really opens your eyes to who that character... All the missed opportunities they had with that character came out in those cartoons. Personally, I think in the prequel trilogy, it should have been Darth Maul all the way till Darth Vader killed him, and then he took his place. That's how I think it should have happened.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I just... That would have been a good opportunity, you know. Like you said, there was a lot of missed opportunities with, you know, them killing him so quick. Like one freaking movie. Like you could have at least gave that man a trilogy or something, you know, maybe 2 trilogies. One movie? Come on.
Well, awesome, you know, character. He also shows up in the Han Solo movie, right?
Did he really? I don't remember seeing him.
Kira at the end was talking to Darth Maul over the hologram.
Oh, yes, you're right. I forgot. Damn, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
And not only that, if you watch the cartoons, you know that Darth Maul took over the Mandalorians.
Really? I didn't know that. Wow.
And you can look for it on YouTube. Darth Maul and Ahsoka fight, and it is literally one of the best lightsaber battles you've ever seen on screen.
Wow.
If not one of the best, the best.
That's big. That's big even coming from you.
And not only that, it was motion captured.
Really?
So the original actor who played Darth Maul, right? He was in the mocap suit to do all of Darth Maul's moves.
Wow.
And I forgot who the girl was, but she's a known martial artist.
Yeah.
And like, you'll see there are certain moves that he does in the cartoon as Darth Maul that you only saw in the first of the prequel movies. You know, like the way he jerks the lightsaber back and forth. Like, if you look at it, you're like, yo, that's really is Darth Maul because it did motion capture.
Wow. That's big.
I'm a Star Trek fan, and I know this.
Oh, yeah. I don't watch a lot of the Star Wars animation. Like that's just my thing. I don't watch a lot of I don't watch a lot of animation in general, to be honest with you. So
Honestly,
that's probably why I miss a lot of that.
here's the thing: Clone Wars, amazing. I think one of the best animated series you could watch. Honestly,
Yeah,
one of the best animated series you could watch.
I did hear that
Uh,
Clone Wars was amazing. I mean, that's where they got Ahsoka from too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, Star Wars Rebels was better than okay, but not quite good.
okay.
But it did move a lot of the story forward, and it also Ahsoka was in it too, so it moves her story forward too.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, she fights Darth Vader in Rebels.
Oh, nice,
The
nice.
third one was just pure trash.
Oh, really?
Computer generated. Like I was interested in watching it because it was supposed to be a continuation of Rey and Finn and everybody else, and I couldn't get past the first episode.
Oh man.
But I'm telling you, those two series are worth watching because it is every much Star Wars as anything that's been out there. It is more Star Wars than the Skywalker than the last trilogy, the last
Wow.
with the Rey Skywalker trilogy. It is more Star Wars than that.
That's
It is
deep.
worth the watch. It is 100% worth the watch.
All right, okay. Gotta add that to my long list of watch stuff to watch. You know what I mean? Eventually. But okay. So I mean, like I said, you know, we have a lot coming up from Star Wars. Seems like Star Wars is really starting to kick back into gear with their upcoming films, even content. We just got the release of Star Wars of Jedi Survivor that just recently came out. People are loving that. Are you planning on playing Jedi Survivor, the new Star Wars game?
I don't very. You know what? I believe it or not, I can actually borrow the game from the library.
Really?
Library.
They have.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
you know
local
what?
library lends out PS5 games. You could have it for 2 weeks.
PS5 games at that? Wow, that's actually
Yeah.
kind of surprising.
So when it goes to the library, I'm going to borrow it for 2 weeks, and if I like it, I'll buy it. But I couldn't get past the first game. I thought it became too difficult for no reason. It became too difficult on the early levels for no reason. Me as a very, very casual gamer, I was like, I rage quit.
Oh, okay.
So, like when you spend literally a month trying to get past one single spot in the game, I was done.
He's like, I'm not doing this.
Right.
I'm not doing this.
And again, maybe it's because I didn't, get any powers or training that I needed to do it effectively. But I'm willing to try the game.
Okay. I haven't played it yet, but I do want to jump into it eventually. I just don't want to spend $70 right now for it. So
the other thing is, I wonder if that character is going to make it into the Rey trilogy.
People are saying that the Jedi Fallen Order and the Jedi Survivor series so far is canon. It's Star Wars canon now. They have officially announced that. So there is a chance that we could see that character come into an upcoming Star Wars movie, TV show, whatever. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. Can't wait to see that. And like the actor that plays that character in motion capture in the game, he actually trains with the lightsaber doing motion capture and all that. So he does the moves. He's ready to go if they say, hey, we want to join Mandalorian. You
Absolutely.
know, I think his little robot that he has, BB-8 or something like that. I think
Something
that's
like
what his robot was in the Mandalorian. I think. I believe
a
it was
model of that robot was in the Mandalorian.
Yeah. So that's when they officially made it canon at that point. So I'm looking forward to it. If he does join the live action, I think that'll be pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Legion in chat says it's a hit or miss. Really, what I heard and seeing around. He's talking about the latest Star Wars game. Hit or miss. Okay. I guess it depends on your taste, honestly.
Well, the one thing I heard about it is you get all the powers that you would have gotten if you beat the first game in the second game. So he didn't forget everything. So he continues from that point forward.
I do like that. A lot of games don't do that. But a lot of games have a hard time making that progression going from a previous game to a new game. So, but I do like that. That's pretty cool. It shows the progression of him as a Jedi.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, what I like about Star Wars succeeding is that it forces Star Trek to get better. And when Star Trek gets better, it forces Star Wars to get better. Star Trek came first, then came Star Wars, but the both of them kind of depend on each other to push each other forward in quality.
True. Indeed.
Because the volume was first created for the Mandalorian, and now that's used in Star Trek, but in Star Trek it's called the holodeck. So for me, for when Star Wars succeeds, it forces Star Trek to succeed. And I think that the quality of the Mandalorian is one of the things that made the quality of Star Trek Picard season 3 better.
Competition brings the best out of everybody.
Right, because the Mandalorian set such a high bar, Star Trek had to meet it or exceed it.
True.
So
That's
for
true.
me, both of them, I'm a Star Trek fan, but there are certain things of Star Wars I will watch. But because I'm a Star Trek fan, I'm much more critical of Star Wars because I look at it more from the story point of view. Good example is Obi-Wan, where a lot of people thought it was wonderful, and I just thought it was just really boring.
Blah. Yeah.
Just boring. I just kind of think if they would have cut down 2 episodes and edited the whole thing together, it would have been better.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, it was just too doom and gloom from a character that we've all loved and enjoyed and was always so positive.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing it did to Luke Skywalker, and I think there was a very big disservice to those characters.
I feel you. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for our episode. We're gonna jump into our recommendations real quick. Los, do you have any recommendations for the beautiful people before we get out of here?
I have a musical recommendation.
Lay it on me.
For me, it is the song Blackbird, performed by Lady Blackbird. I first discovered this song because there was a house version of that song that Eric Murillo played on his last show before he committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
And I knew Eric. He's from Union City. I knew the guy. I'm not going to say I was his best friend or anything like that because that's not the truth. But I knew the guy back then. And I listened to his last show and I heard that song and I loved it. So my recommendation is the song Blackbird by Lady Blackbird. If you like that smooth jazz, heavy bass sound, it's a song it's a song and the artist I would recommend.
Wow. Okay. I mean, my recommendation is pretty similar. It is a music recommendation. Andrew Bird, I just recently discovered him on Apple Music, just scrolling through different songs, trying to find a different sound. Andrew Bird has almost like that soulful rock kind of sound. He's been making music since '96. He's done 16 studio albums. Definitely check him out if you guys want something that's soulful and just have a lot of excellent instrumentation. Check him out, man. That guy has a great voice. I love his music so far. I've listened to maybe a handful of his albums. So yeah, give it a try if that's what you guys are looking for.
Yep.
So yeah, other than that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I know it's been a while, but we're back. KJ and Los are back. Definitely going to start putting out some more content for you guys. Don't forget, check out the patreon.com/JHouze Radio if you guys want to support the podcast, or just hit the like button on YouTube, subscribe, or leave us a review on the audio side of things. That will support us as well. Any other words, Los, before we get out of here?
Don't forget to give us 5 stars or more. It helps get more eyes on the show and more ears on the show. So if you could, that'd be awesome. You can review us and wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anything else that you listen to. Don't forget to see us there. Our Patreon will be updated soon. We still have to get into discussions as far as what we're going to update, but we're going to put exclusive content for our Patreon members. And we might even add another show there, which we're not sure we're going to do. It's still one of the things we're working on.
Yeah.
And again, exclusive for Patreon. So guys, don't forget to watch on YouTube. Listen to where you listen to podcasts. Don't forget you can make suggestions as a patron member. You can ask questions. And yeah, just be good to each other. Be happy. And don't forget, love, peace, and chicken grease.
Love, peace, and chicken grease. Haven't heard that in a long time.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Legion in chat. Thank you for always as chatting it up in the chat. And
Legion, you're awesome.
Yes, man, for sure. And I'll keep you guys up to date on that Chocolate Bunny mission that we got going on right now. Hopefully we don't have to review Bluey or you know, ponies or whatever she said, you know, earlier.
It's all up to you, bro. You better come up with those chocolate bunnies.
I know. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Like Lo says, peace, love, and chicken grease. Catch you guys on the flip side.